Story time. Hi guys, welcome back to the Curl Factory. It's Racquel. Today's video is very different. It's a story time video, and I want to do a few more story times, just still related to natural hair and even just my life as well, just so that we can connect a bit more and get to know each other more as well. So I've got myself a cup of tea. Press pause, go on, get yourself a cup of tea as well, and join me on today's story time. So today I'm going to tell you guys about the very first natural hair event that I went to, what happened, who did I see, what did I think, and yeah, just from my personal viewpoint and my perspective of going to my very first natural hair event in South Africa. So I had been living abroad since 2010, and I would come home every year. And the times that I would come home, generally during the winter months in South Africa, there weren't any natural hair events that were happening. I always had to, watch a YouTube video or somebody's blog or see pictures on social media. So I always missed events. I'm back in South Africa at the moment. I've been home now for almost 2 years. But my first natural hair event, I think, was in 2017 or 18. And I bought the ticket for the event. I wasn't invited to the event. I follow, the natural hair market in South Africa. I saw a curl event. I was like, wow, let me buy a ticket. So I bought a ticket for myself, my sister, and my mom because I didn't want to go alone. And this event, I think it was called Curl Affair or something like that. I'll insert a picture if I can find a picture. And I purchased the 3 tickets, and it took place, I think, in Hyde Park, and I was so excited because it was going to be my very first natural hair event. To give you guys some context, I had landed in South Africa at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the event was at 7 o'clock the same evening. So if you've ever traveled and you're going to do a transit, I did at least one transit, I think in Doha, and then from Doha to South Africa, it's about an 8.5 hour flight, just that leg of my trip. So I really wanted to go to this event if I was going to be up for over 24 hours, having taken 2 planes to get home. And got home, didn't nap, spent time with my family, got dressed, and left to go to the event. So got to the event, and I was a little bit confused and just a little bit upset in a way, if I should say, because I didn't know that they had invited influencers and that there was a private influencer event happening before the event. So we got there about 45 minutes before the event could start. So I think it was supposed to start at 7. We got there at least 45 minutes earlier, and on my phone, on my Instagram, I was seeing, the event had started. So when we got there, they were like, you're not allowed in, and I was like, wait, but I know people are inside and I know that there's an event happening. Putting one and one together, I realized, okay, there seems to be something happening with influencers, and probably for the normal people, it's going to start at 7. So we waited in the car. At about 7 o'clock, walked in. And on walking in, I'm just going to put a face, Melissa, like, I think I got her name right. As I was walking in, she was walking out, Miss Roberts, and she was like, I know you post videos. And I was like, yes, I do. And I got like such a nice welcome from her. She's got a beautiful smile. She was in a very good mood. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, you're doing amazing. You're so consistent. And I was like, yeah, thank you very much. Then we walked into the event. And then seating was a little bit of a problem, but we kind of found a place to sit. And then my sister and I went to the bathroom. And then after that, I saw like a few, what do you call this, not booths, not vendors, but like people had tables where they were selling stuff. I suck at networking, but I was like, you know what, Racquel, you here, this is your first natural hair event. Go and introduce yourself and meet people that you have seen on social media for such a long time. So the next person that I met that I went over to was Joan. She was there. She was selling her earrings. I went over to her and she was also like, hi, how are you? And then she also recognized me from the videos that I post. And then I introduced myself to her. We took some photos. I bought some earrings. I think I met her sister Lynn as well. I'm not 100% sure, but that was like the first time meeting them. After that, I think I saw Amy. I saw Bush Baby Amy after that. She was talking to someone, so I kind of just waited till she was free. I said hi to her. It was very, very brief. And then I went back to sit down. So I was like, now I had adrenaline. I'm like, Racquel, you're doing good. You're meeting people, you're putting yourself out there. And then some negatives that happen here, I'm not going to mention any names, which I know you guys do know. There was another lady, I can't call us girls because we all are over 21. She was sitting by herself and I went over and I said hi, but she just wasn't feeling it. She was sitting there like, why are you here? And I was like, I'm Racquel, I follow you on social media. And she was like, oh, okay. Like she just wasn't feeling it, guys. And I was like, yeah, my niece told me to follow you. She kind of knows you. And she was just like, yeah, your hair looks nice. Mine is so damaged at the moment. She does like hair and beauty and fashion. I'm giving you broad areas, so you're definitely not going to know who I'm talking about. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I left. This was about 5 minutes, I think, no less. I spoke to her for about 2 to 3 minutes because she just wasn't engaging. She wasn't feeling the conversation with me. And then I went back down, a bit embarrassed, a bit like, oh, don't tell me influencers are really like this in Joburg. For the rest of the event, I did see some other well-known influencers that were there. There was a panel, they spoke, thoroughly enjoyed it, enjoyed the entertainment as well. My mom and sister had a really, really good time. It was their first time, you know, seeing what it is that I'm kind of into. They know I'm into natural hair, but they've never seen the scene. I've never seen the scene either, but I kind of follow everyone on social media. So they thoroughly enjoyed it. And then the next day, there was another event as well that I went to with my natural hair. Some of the ladies were there from the day before. That particular event, they asked, or rather they put out on social media who would like to attend, and then they chose like 20 or 30 ladies to attend. So it was like a banging weekend for me. Just got home, event Friday, event Saturday, and I was actually getting to interact with the community because I had been posting videos, but when you're not like physically in a place, it can be very, very challenging. So overall, I was super optimistic. I was happy about how it went. I met a few people. Some weren't so friendly, but more were friendly than the one person that wasn't. And I think sometimes we dwell on that one negative, but I chose not to dwell on that negative. Thoroughly enjoyed it, had a good time. Goodie bags. Oh, got a goodie bag the Friday night, got a goodie bag the Saturday. I was like, yes, I am winning. But yeah, just a bit of a story time, guys. The first time, or the first natural hair event I went to in South Africa, I enjoyed it. I was pumped. I did go back overseas after that. And then when I got home, I did kind of attend more events that were scheduled rather during the times that I was home. So let me know what your first natural hair event was like. Were they positives? Were they negatives? Share your stories in the comments and I'll definitely respond. And yeah, attending your first natural hair event is always a big deal. So thanks for joining me on the story time, guys, and there'll definitely be more to come. And as always, you'll see me again. Bye.